Hey Fae folk, welcome back to part 3 of me going through every single doll in my collection until I am completely obsessed with them. That might mean selling a couple. We haven't hit that point yet. It could be cutting hair or rerouting or adding accessories or redressing, repainting, literally anything. Whatever I have to do to customize these girlies until I am just 10,000% obsessed with them. In part 1, we tackled mainly this first shelf of Bratz plus Kiana down here. In part 2, I sewed something for the first time and made this enormous dress for Bratz Versary Jade. I still can't believe that I did that. I said we were going to be going to Ever After High in today's video, and that is still true. We're definitely going to get there, but I kind of forgot that I was going to have to do some stuff for this third shelf of Bratz, and also that I have the Fashion Pixies now to contend with. Also, I have to fix this. My cat knocked it over just now, so we're gonna get there. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be tackling today. So when it comes to the styling Bratz, Chloe and then Jade, from Jade especially, you can definitely tell that I've already done what I wanted to with her. So those two are all good. We're going to be looking at Style Stars Chloe though. So I'm going to pull her out very, very gingerly. I think this is such a fun doll. Hold on, let me get a better grasp so that you guys can actually see her instead of just like seeing half of her. I really think that she's such a cute doll. I think we're going to add some painted detail to her boots probably, but the biggest thing that we're going to have to do is address the peeling. Where is it? Is it on the other side? Hold on. Trying to film with my phone and then trying to like have just one hand to show you guys stuff is not, doesn't work for me. There it is. So I feel like we talk a lot in the doll community about how pleather is like maybe not always the best material because it can degrade over time. That's what that looks like as it starts peeling. So the treatment that we're going to do to prevent it from peeling any further is to go ahead and apply a layer of Mod Podge to all of her pleather pieces. Mod Podge comes in a bunch of different like finishes, I think is the proper word. Like there's matte, I think there's like a satin, and I have a high gloss that we're going to be using for this. I'll show you what I'm using. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing it on camera because if this is your first video seeing like or from this series that you're seeing, I don't do well having to like do the entire creative process on camera because it just freaks me out, delays me. I know, Reese, I'm gonna give you pets in a second. I'm so sorry. But we do like little, check-in points and photos, and hopefully that is good enough. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna come up with something to cover that up because that's not looking so good. A minor spoiler alert, I did cheat a little bit after I realized I was going to have to use Mod Podge on the Style Stars Chloe, and I did go through and I went ahead and tested it on all of my Scorchin' Brats since their entire outfits are pleather, and you literally can't tell a difference. Like it worked so well. So that's what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tackling the Chloe first. And then as far as this shelf goes, I think that Going Out Jade and Sasha are chill. This doll was gifted to me from a friend, and I have already redressed her, so she's good. So then we get to do the Fashion Pixies, and then we'll move to Ever After High. But I don't think that there's going to be a ton of work to do with the Fashion Pixies. So hopefully we'll at least get one Ever After High doll in. But First, we have to address this girl.
This is the Mod Podge I used for the Scorchin' Dolls and then also for this Chloe, just because it is, again, that high gloss, so I wanted to retain the shininess of the pleather. If you have a pleather that is more of a matte, like I said before, you can definitely use a different finish, but this is what I'm doing for today.
Okay, she's been all Mod Podged up and is hopefully protected from future peeling, but clearly there's still a lot that we need to cover up. So my thought process, just like looking at the rest of her outfit, she's got a lot of glitter and stuff, right? So I have several varieties of black ribbon, but I think we're going to go with this black glitter one, and I'm going to use this to make a belt for her to kind of, cover up the unsightly spot. I just like straight up glued this like together, not like to the coat, but just like glued the ribbon together. It'll come off if I pull hard enough, so if I ever want to change it, it's fine, but it's there for now. It isn't a perfect fix. Like you can still see a little bit of it, but it's definitely a lot better. And I do think it looks pretty solid with her little outfit that she's got going on. So then the only other thing I think we're going to need to do for her is just add a little bit of painted detail to her boots. Just, I don't know, it feels like it's a little empty. So we're gonna fix that and then she'll be all done. And here is Style Stars Chloe all fixed up. I'm honestly really impressed with how like putting the wig back on just brought everything together. Like I feel like the belt genuinely looks good and the shoes, the painted detail, just a little extra something something. Hell yeah. So now we can pop her back on the shelf. She's good to go. That does mean that this whole shelf, at least what's on the shelf right now, is all good. But this blank space here does need to be filled in. So we're going to breeze past Ever After High, like I said, and we're going to tackle the fashion pixies. Step number one is pretty easy and the same for all of them because it is literally just we got to wash their hair.
During the hair wash, or rather while Jade's hair was drying, I went ahead and painted just a little bit of green detailing onto her earrings just to bring that green color up a little bit more into the rest of her design and make the earrings pop a bit.
So this is how I ended up doing Jade's hair. I just did like a little fishtail braid. It's a little messy and a little chunky on the bottom, but like, I don't know. Listen, I still think it's kind of cute. And once she's got like the wings on and everything, she's going to be a little girly pop. Precious. So here is Jade's final form. I know it's not like a huge difference. And none of the pixies were ever going to be a huge difference, but I really like how the hair turned out. And I think that little pop of green on her earrings, it helps so much to balance it. Like, I already loved her and I love her so much more now. And then for Yasmin, I know I filmed like next to nothing of redoing her, but I literally just had to wash and recurl her hair. It's a little bit messier than before. If you've been here before, you know I've said I kind of like my curls a little bit messy on myself, on other people, on dolls. So for me, her hair is gorgeous, perfect. So yeah, not a crazy transformation, but she's clean now. For Sasha's hair, I have some different colors of embroidery thread that I think match different aspects of her outfit. And then I'm doing like a little half up, half down style. So I have this clipped away. That's going to be in a ponytail at some point. But on the back, and then also in the ponytail, I'm just braiding in some of the embroidery thread to give her little like braids throughout her hair. This is like there's two sizes here. I tried the smaller size first, and you really can't see it. I think the bigger size is a little bit better because it's just a little bit more obvious. I was trying to go small because Miss Girl is she doesn't have, the most hair, but I really think that like the thicker braids, you're just going to be able to actually see the color better because it's supposed to just sort of pop out. Like it's not in your face necessarily, at least like the ones on the back portion. It's supposed to be like just little hints, but you literally couldn't see this blue at all. So we're going to redo this one with like a little bit of a thicker braid, a little bit more hair like the pink, and just do a few of those scattered throughout the back. And then again, we'll do the same thing up top. So she's got like a cute little braided style. So this is where we are at with Sasha's hair. I feel like it probably looks not as exciting as maybe y'all had expected. It's definitely even not as exciting as I had maybe expected. It really just comes down to she does not have enough hair on her head for me to do like the number of these braids that I would like to do. Even this really, I was pushing it even doing this many. And like part of it is like, they're not in the most obvious places, but I kind of like that you might just get like a little glimpse here and there. It's it's kind of hard to get them in the most obvious places because I feel like the most obvious places are her hairline, right? Because then you'd see it more because it's closer to the hairline. Part of it is that I'm simply not skilled to get that close up enough to the hairline. That was not a great sentence, but you know what I'm saying. Like that's just like a skill issue, like around the top portion here. But on the bottom, it it really can, and honestly, even somewhat at the top, if you gather too much hair from the hairline, because that's the part that is rooted the most heavily, then suddenly you're seeing scalp because you're like pulling all together the like heavily rooted hairline. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this is where we're going to leave her for now. It's not anything crazy, but her hair is clean and slightly embellished, which I think is fun. So that's going to be her. Obviously, I'll put her shirt and wings on for the full reveal. So here is how Sasha turned out. I do think that the half up, half down is a very cute style for her. Like, as I said, you can't see the colors as much as would be ideal, but I do think she looks nice and cute and ready to go on the shelf. And then for Chloe, we had a small issue because I had her and Sasha soaking in the bowl, like the hair wash bowl, and they may have sat for a couple of days because I just like got really busy and could not get to them. And this is the first time this has ever happened to me, but Sasha's hair did in fact dye Chloe's hair just a little bit. You can't tell on camera. Like on camera, it doesn't look as bad, but there's like a stripe here and a stripe here. Also, full throttle, I looked it up, and some people said, oh, maybe glue gun will help. So when I first saw it, I did panic. I didn't even think about pulling out my camera. I was just like, shit, I gotta fix this. So I did put some of that in, and it helped a little bit, but like not enough. Like you can see there's like the orangey tint to it. Certain angles it's worse than others. But it is gonna bother me. I went to Instagram and some of you guys said to get purple shampoo, but full disclosure, here's the thing, okay? The purple shampoo was gonna be like 10-ish dollars. And there's no guarantee that it would work. And as someone who dyes their hair black and is married to someone who does not dye their hair at all, there's no point in me having purple shampoo, especially like not knowing for sure if it would work. Like if I knew for sure, it'd be like, okay, yeah, obviously buy the $10 shampoo. But I just didn't know for sure. And if it didn't work, I would have just like wasted $10. So my husband low key, high key bought me a second one of Chloe, which like, I know that sounds maybe crazy, but she was about $20. And so if you're like, oh, I could have $10 to spend on something that I'm never going to use again that might work, or you could spend 20 on something that will definitely work, and then I have this extra doll to mess around with and like customize or like redress or whatever. At least that way I know both things are certainly going to be used. You know what I'm saying? Like that just feels a little bit better. So shout out to my husband for solving this. I know I feel like especially on camera, because it doesn't look nearly as bad on camera, I feel like that makes me sound crazy. Like, oh my God, your hair has the slightest amount of staining and you're gonna buy a whole new doll. But I, it really is worse in person. And it was just the best solution for us. So this Chloe will be going into the stock box to be dealt with at a later date. And the new Chloe is gonna get a hair wash alone.
And then, much like Yasmin, my second Chloe is not like much of a transformation. I gave her a blue hair tie instead of a hair wrap and pulled down a couple of little like face framing pieces, but nothing crazy. Mostly I just washed the tiny bit of gel out, but she's looking cute.
But that concludes this shelf of brats, and therefore all of the brats that need to be taken care of at the current moment. So we get to move down to Ever After High. And this is also going to be like not insanely exciting. This is sort of a chill episode as it's turning out, because most of these dolls I have already done like the hard part, which would be de-gluing their heads. Actually, all of these dolls, I've de-glued their heads. For a second, I was like, oh, wait, what about Lizzie? But yeah, I've de-glued all their heads. So like the worst part is fully over and not a thing anymore. I'm thinking with Lizzie, I literally just need to like put her crown on and see how it's sitting with her hair to see if I really need to redo it. Okay. I guess not. Ooh, okay. The only thing with Lizzie is I'm considering repainting the heart around her eye to be a deeper red because it is a little pink. And I'm like, that could look really cute. That's just a consideration. I might do an Instagram poll first to see if that's smart or stupid. With this throne coming apple, I don't really think there's anything I want to do. Like if I was really pushing for it, I could do some painted detail on the neck piece, but it's already got like a little bit of like differentiation in the colors there. So I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. Maddie. And guys, I swear to God, I'm not trying to make this like a boring video, but I genuinely don't think I need to do anything to her or to Legacy Day Apple. Okay, what about Legacy Day Ashlyn? Uh, I mean, hold on, let's pull her out and we can take a little bit of a closer look. Do we want to do any painted detail on the shoes? Because I could like sort of bring out the sculpt a little bit more, maybe, but I don't know what color I would do to have it like look the way that I don't think I want to mess with her either. I think, ooh, do I want to paint the necklace on Way to Wonderland Maddie? Or the shoes? I think we should do some painted detail on this Maddie, because like she's way too Wonderland. She's supposed to be over the top. the shoes and the necklace need some painted detail. And Caddy definitely is going to get Caddy. Oh my gosh. I feel like I do that all the time. Caddy Noir and Kitty Cheshire, like Kitty and Caddy, I switch those. But she needs some painted detail on her ears because I think that her ears being solid black is really bothersome, and I want to make the like inside floof closer to the color of her tail because this is like a darker purple and then that's black. So I feel like it would look better if I made the inside of the fur a darker purple as well to sort of tie that in together. So we're at least going to do a little bit of painted detail on these two gals and then possibly something on Lizzie, but definitely these two for sure. And then I think we're going to go ahead and end the video there because after that it's going to get a little crazy. We'll talk about it in a second. So here's how Miss Kitty turned out with her painted ears. It's definitely not like exactly the same color as her tail. It's a lot closer to like, I guess almost her hair color. It's kind of neither, but it's purple and I feel like it matches her. And it looks so much better to me. Like it literally was one thing. It took 2 seconds to do, but I feel like there's just so much more dimension to her now. So she is all good to go. And surprise. That's actually going to be the end of the video. You guys voted on Instagram not to have me redo Lizzie's face. And honestly, like I go back and forth on it. And because I'm uncertain, the better thing to do is to leave her as is. I can always change my mind in the future, but like if I paint her, it's going to be a lot harder to get her back to normal. So we're letting her exist. And then Maddie, I really truly was sitting there and I was like, okay, what colors do I want to use? What like accents do I want to make pop? And I don't know, like you definitely could add more detail to Maddie and I think she would look fabulous, but I'm also sitting here and I'm like, she's perfect as she is. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So Kitty, did I even say Kitty or did I call her Caddy again? Either way, Kitty is all done, which means if we stand up and back up this entire shelf, we've made it through this entire shelf, which is like extra huge. Like, I don't know, that just feels like an accomplishment to me. But we are going to go ahead and end the video for today, even though it has definitely been chill, not super like dramatic changes or anything, because if we're done with this shelf, next we're going to move on to my Monster High G3 dolls. And with this, I think that I need to start off by doing just like a big fat restyling. A lot of the dolls I do keep stock, like, I mean, like the core Draculaura, she's gonna stay in her outfit, but stuff like this was I think this Dracula was from the Ghoul Spirit pack that she's wearing Skulltimate outfits or all of the Skulltimate dolls. I'm very, very into restyling these more so than I am like the core looks. Obviously, if you restyle the core looks, that's fine. Just for me, I don't know, I sort of enjoy having them look as they came, but with the Skulltimate dolls or any like extra dolls, restyling is free game. So I think I need to do like a big fat restyle to make sure everything is like how I want it to be. Because I also have this little stack of the 3 newest Skulltimate Secrets dolls that has just been chilling here. And they were sort of the catalyst for me thinking that with the like Monster High fixing up, I probably needed to do a big restyle because I definitely need to fix those new, I almost called them Fearidescent. That's crazy. I need to fix the new Oasis dolls quite badly. And so my thought is like, okay, we need to just go through and make sure like we're happy at least with all of the base clothing. And then I can go through one by one and zhuzh it up. So next time it could be a little bit interesting. I don't know if it's going to be just the restyling or how it's going to go because I haven't dug into it yet, but that is what we have to look forward to for next time. This is what we have finished accomplishing today, which I do think, you know, is pretty cool to get to see, especially my pixies. They're finally up on their shelf. So cutie. I'm very happy with how things are looking over here. But yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys. I do hope this was a fun one for you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.